That's the Steam Deck. This is the PS5. And I personally think, as a casual gamer, average dad, person who's busy with life, these two are the perfect pairing to cover all your gaming essentials and pretty much cover all the bases that you're probably gonna need for gaming when you're on the go or have an hour or two to kill. Let me explain. Okay, so I will talk about the Steam Deck first because I've talked in length about it. I'll just get this over with. I personally think it is the best handheld PC on the market. I know we have the ROG, the Legion, so many now, but I personally think for simplicity, for convenience, for overall just how it feels, the Steam Deck is the better of the pack. But that's for a different conversation. It's not as powerful, but I'll get to that. So yes, I personally think the Steam Deck pairs beautifully well with the PS5 because aside from exclusives, and yes, I know you can play some exclusives on the Steam Deck, but I would rather play them on the native PS5. But so let's separate those. Now, the Steam Deck, like I mentioned, isn't the most powerful of the bunch, but it is the most simple. You turn on a button and you go. You are right there. You can simply play any game you want. It's great for indies. It can handle titans like AAA games. May not be the best, may not perform the best, but these days I'm playing game for story, for combat, for exploration, but I personally just don't really care if the game, I mean, like, if it's not on high graphics, I'm not gonna flip my wig. If it's on medium and I'm getting 45 frames per second, I personally don't care. Okay, so let's say, for example, that you are laying in bed with your significant other. They are falling asleep. You don't want to watch TV anymore because we've all been there. Steam Deck is great for that. The Steam Deck is great for completing your backlog. I'm sure which many of us have because we start a game, new game comes out, gaming ADD, where we see a new game, we want to start that game, and we say we will definitely come back to the old game, but we don't. And I'm looking at you because you are probably, you watching this right now probably have a backlog of games you're never gonna touch, but you keep telling yourself that you are, but you're never gonna touch. Anyway, I digress. I'm the same way too. So yeah, so you can lay in bed. This thing is convenient because you can take it on the go. It's also the counterpart to the Nintendo Switch. Same thing, same idea, but the Switch just can't really do a whole lot. Hopefully the Switch 2 can counter the Switch. But yes, the Steam Deck can be taken on the go. The Steam Deck can also be taken in the bathroom. If you take long bathroom breaks, the Steam Deck has you covered. Say you're playing with the boys. Say you're playing Marvel Rivals with the gang, and you can take it into the bathroom. You can do that there as well. So where am I going with this? I kind of don't know, but I kind of do know. I'm basically saying that the Steam Deck has every other corner of the galaxy covered for you if you want to game. But if you still don't want to play the Steam Deck and want to play titans of games, exclusives, and all that fun jazz, then the PS5 is honestly the best of the consoles these days, because what's Xbox doing? What's Xbox doing these days? Okay, story time. This is my second PS5 actually. I had it when it first came out. I was in the midst of building a PC. So in the meantime, I thought I would just, play my PS5, buy some parts whenever I can, bada bing, bada boom. And then eventually I got to a point where I don't want to say bored, but I was like, well, what's the point of having both? So I sold the PS5 to get some parts for the computer, built the PC, had it for years, ended up falling in love with video editing, didn't touch the PC at all, upgraded to the MacBook, sold the PC for the Steam Deck. Now we're here. So I recently purchased a PS5 because also when the PS5 launched, it didn't have a lot of like booming titles. I didn't really see a point in holding on to it, but I digress. We're here now and we have tons of great titles. I'm currently playing Astrobot with my son, and it is some of the most fun I have had in gaming in a long time. If you are a PlayStation fan, if you are a Sony fan, then I highly recommend you play Astrobot. If you have played PlayStation your entire life, PS1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I don't know what you're waiting for. This game is phenomenal. The Easter eggs, the love, the functionality with the controller is out of this world. I'm telling you, if it sounds like I'm glazing the game, when it won Game of the Year, I questioned it. I was like, why did this win Game of the Year? This looks like a child's game. This is a bit odd, but hey, that's life. I get it now. I honestly do. Great game, fun game. I also downloaded God of War Ragnarok. I haven't played that. I've seen a playthrough. I played the 2018 one, which was great, so I plan on playing that again. Tons of other games coming out this year, like Ghosts of Yotai, however you say it. I'm playing Monster Hunter Wilds, which is so fun. I fell in love with World last year, and I was jazzed about getting into this. So I told myself there's either 2 games coming out this year that I am going to cave and get a PS5 for. One was Ghosts of Yotai, one was Monster Hunter, so it's clearly Monster Hunter. But the point I bring to the table is why this pair is good with the Steam Deck. And as I mentioned, PS5 exclusives, sometimes you can play on the Steam Deck, sometimes you can't. Another one I missed was Final Fantasy Rebirth. I actually want to play that. I played the remake, never played the OG one. So I played the remake, fell in love with it, and now I get a chance to play the series as a whole. But the Steam Deck, as I mentioned, is great for every part of the galaxy you need. But when it comes to titles like exclusives, this is where I would natively play them. I know it runs at like 30 or 60, depending on which model you have. But I just think, again, simplicity. Turn this on, start a game, I'm in. Or I can put it in rest mode and I just pause the game, put it in rest mode, literally turn it on, click the game, and just continue. It is that simple. And I think having 2 simplistic things for someone who's on the go, someone who maybe has an hour, 2 hours to crank out some gaming, this goes well. Now, PC gaming is great. PC gaming is awesome. You can get some wicked frames. You can do a whole bunch of things. I just don't think that if you are in a crunch, it is the best thing, because you could turn it on, takes a bit, etc., etc., etc. There is just so much when it comes to PC gaming. Plus, you got to upgrade parts. Plus, you got to update drivers. There is just so much fluff with PC gaming that if you aren't always on top, say you don't play it for like a month because you're on a trip or something, I don't know, you come back and you have to update a whole crap load of things. Sometimes you might have to like uninstall a game and then reinstall the game, and the game doesn't run that well, so then you have to like update something else. It's a mess. But if you can afford it, go for it. It's a lot of fun. But I've been down that rabbit hole. I personally just enjoy these 2 as a whole. Yes, I've had little issues with the Steam Deck, but nothing I can't fix, nothing Google hasn't helped me with. But overall, I just think this pair right here for a casual, someone who doesn't have a lot of time, is the go-to pair. Now, when the Switch 2 comes out, this might change. I don't know. Well, this won't, but my handheld, I don't know. Because right now, I reach for this more than this, but it's starting to kind of balance out a bit because depending on the game I'm playing, can't play it on either or. But yeah, the Switch 2, it might change the dynamic here. I don't know, because right now, the Switch is downstairs for me and the family, and I know the Switch 2 is going to be a major thing. So at the moment, this is the gang. This is the duo, Batman, Robin. This is it. Fucking looking at that. Okay, so that's the video. I'm on frame. There we go. Now I am. All right, cool. Yeah, that's the video for today. I just want to hop on here, man. I've been on here in a while. There's been a lot going on. All right, there has been a lot going on. A lot of good, a lot of bad. I don't want to get into it on here. It's really personal, but I'm trying to put some wind back in the sail, get stuff going again. I know this is a big year for gaming. I know there's a lot of things coming out. If you've made it this far, little secret, I want to start a podcast. It's just gonna be me sitting down here talking about things I enjoy, talking about my ideas for games, just stories. I love to chat. If you haven't noticed already, I love chatting. So I'm going to be filming that after this. I'm going to try and get it on Apple Podcasts as well. I don't know how many I'm gonna do, but I'm trying put some wind in that sail, get that going. But I want to come back to this. I want to start doing it weekly again. There's just been a lot going on, so I'm trying to get all the eggs back in the basket. But if you have made it this far, I love you and I appreciate you. If you could do me one favor, just one favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe, and comment down below what you think. Comment down below if you have a better duo than the Steam Deck and PS5. I'd love to hear, and be nice, all right? I know there's some hate on the Steam Deck because it's not the most powerful thing in the world. I get it, but just comment some love. I'd love to chit chat with you. If you have any other options, I'm still talking. I don't know where this is gonna go, so I'm gonna stop again. I love you. I appreciate you. Glad that you're here. Boys and girls, I'll see you soon. Later.